Tonight, a story of reconciliation, of forgiveness, of war, and of love.
50 years to the day after a Kalamazoo woman's husband died in the Vietnam War, she stood in the very spot it happened with the man who played a role in killing him. The man who was once the enemy was filling in the details of her husband's final moments.
24-hour News 8's Ken Colker has her emotional story tonight.
Ryan and Sue, this story could not have happened without the love of Hattie Ford's second husband, who also served in Vietnam and who made this moment possible. This is the only photograph taken of the reunion in a clearing near the tiny village of Thon Ba. And that's the spot right there.
And that's the spot.
That's Hattie Ford, a retired Kalamazoo math teacher on the right, with her second husband next to her. The man in blue was the enemy back on January 15th, 1969. Hattie had married her first husband, Dean Taylor Jr., a year and a half before that. Within months, he was drafted and fighting in Vietnam. First Lieutenant Taylor, a native of Atlanta, was an Army helicopter pilot on a mission with two others when heavy clouds forced them to fly low. The helicopter took gunfire, forcing him to make an emergency landing. They were shot and killed, their bodies later recovered. At age 22, Hattie was a widow.
He was a fine young man, and I'm sure that he and I would have had a good life together, but it didn't happen.
Her second husband, Jim Ford, an Air Force pilot, also served in Vietnam. Reluctantly, he says. Last year, the retired attorney started planning this trip.
I'd asked her if she wanted to go and see the spot, and she did.
Using military records and old maps, he came close to pinpointing the spot where his wife's first husband died. They drove to the remote village with an interpreter who eventually led them to the man in blue.
The possibility that the man who did it was still there and that we would find him, I thought was just 1 in a million.
Through the interpreter, the man took them to the exact spot and gave details they had never heard.
Told us he burned the helicopter, considered looting the bodies for treasures, for keepsakes of his own.
He did not say he was the one who had shot her husband, but the interpreter was convinced.
When we left, he said he was the man who shot them. Our interpreter was convinced that this man was the one who had shot the crew.
The man in blue did not ask for forgiveness. He didn't have to.
And I don't blame, he was doing his job.
It was war. The U.S. was the enemy, but no longer.
That war was a big mistake on the part of our government. And I guess if there were anybody I were going to be angry with, it would be our own government for getting involved in something like that, to take the life of these fine young men.
Hattie says she would like to return to Vietnam and find the man in blue once more.
I would really love to talk to that man again.
But she learned just yesterday that she has only several months to live. Her intensive treatments for years of cancer would take her life. Why are you sharing this story?
To keep Dean's memory alive, I guess, in a simple statement, to make sure he's not forgotten.
Simply remarkable, Ken.
Yeah, I tell you, the love this couple has for each other. I mean, the fact that they just found out yesterday she's terminally ill, and just it's such a good thing that they have each other. But what he did for her, taking her to that spot, you know, it is remarkable.
Right, and met that man there.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, the odds of that.
What are the odds? Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, Ken, thank
Ken
you.
Colker, thank you.